Hey y'all, Mike from Fierce Kayaking. We're down in Blue Ridge Park in Northport, Florida. We are finally here to do the Ascend D10T review on the kayak today. We live in Florida. They call it the Sunshine State, but not necessarily the case. It's been raining literally almost every day for about 3.5 weeks now. So we finally are here. Apologize for not getting this video done sooner, but we're here to do it. So anyways, the Ascend D10T kayak from Bass Pro. It's a 10-foot kayak, weighs about 65 pounds. The selling price on it is $3.99. It's a very good selling price. Very inexpensive for a kayak of this quality. Some of the things that we like about it, some of the things we don't like, we'll go over that. The first thing that we added to it was our leash, like we did on my FS12. If you're walking through the flats, you can clip this on your belt loop, or just carry if you're walking down a sandbar or something. It gives you a way of toting the kayak with you. The other thing that we added was some bungee cord up front. They have these tie-down clips right here. And this is where we put our life vest and tent. If we go camping, we can put a tent underneath here also. The other thing we like about these kayaks from Bass Pro is they have the feet rests that are on the sliding rails. They're not contoured into the boat. We like that because it keeps the floor nice and flat, so when you stand up to fish, it makes the floor nice and even, level to stand on. It's got one small storage compartment for your dry storage, for your wallet, cell phone, whatever you need to put in there. We'd definitely like to see more storage. This area in here would be a good spot for a storage hatch, but for now, this works. You put your wallet in there and stuff. It's got a cup holder in the middle. It's got the drop-in seat pad. I won't call this a seat. We'll call it a seat pad. It's got the clips on it. That you have to keep maintenance on these clips. We did a video about that, because if you don't, in the salt water, these things will freeze up after about 2 tryouts with it, and it's done. But it's got the padded seat in it. As far as padded seats go, this is a nice padded seat. One of the drawbacks to it is you have a tendency to slide down. They've actually put some non-skid in the kayak this year to help keep this seat from slipping out so much, and it seems to help. It's a lot better than last year's or the year before. Then towards the back, you have a nice big storage area. There's enough room back here for a small cooler and your milk crate to carry all your tackle and fishing equipment in, so you can put everything nice and neatly behind you. One of the things that we kind of figured out was weight distribution in the kayak. You want most of your weight towards the middle or the back of the kayak, not the front. If you start loading coolers and heavy objects in the front, what it does, it causes the kayak to sit low in the water in the front, and when you paddle, the kayak's tracking gets really bad, and the back end wants to swing around on you. So when you load your kayak, kind of keep that in mind, to keep the weight in the center or towards the back of the kayak, not so much the front. So this is a really nice benefit, having this nice big storage area back here, because you can put your cooler and your fishing gear, your milk crate, or whatever you need back here. Once again, 2 grab handles, one in the front, one in the rear, center located so it doesn't get tippy on you. Got your drain plug. Couple of things that we noticed that this kayak doesn't have. Number one is any fishing rod holders. We actually did a video on installing a fishing rod holder on this. It does not have one. Anytime you install a fishing rod holder, you always want the safety clip. In case you go over, you don't want to lose your rod. So we added that in the fishing holder. It really wasn't hard to do. It was only $7.50 from Walmart, very inexpensive. The other thing we noticed it didn't have was any way of securing your paddle to the kayak when you're not using it. So what we did was we put 2 mounts here with a piece of bungee cord, and I actually utilized a hole. There was a metal insert in here. Utilized the hole and put a hook in it, so now all we do is put the paddle in, bungee cord goes over it, paddle doesn't pop out, fall out, it's nice and secure. So that's pretty much about the inside of this thing. Like I say, 10 foot, 65 pounds. There's no carry handle on this either. I'm not sure if it's because of the weight. Being at 65 pounds, one handle, the screws may try to pull out. So that may be the reason why it doesn't have it. We have carts, so anytime we need to move around, we just put them on the carts and then off we go. So that's the way to go with that. So we'll go ahead and flip this thing over and show you the bottom. Once again, the FS12T and the D10T, the kayaks from Bass Pro are extremely stable as far as a fishing platform. The reason is because they've got this double concave bottom with almost like 2 pontoons on the sides. The 12T is the same way as this one, and that makes these things really stable to stand up in and fish. I've stood up in these things, hooked, boated, and caught redfish and snook in these things, and they are really stable. The 12T is 31 inches wide. This one's actually 34 inches wide, so you got 1.5 inches on both sides. A little bit wider, but it's shorter, a little bit wider, and just as stable as the 12-footer. Okay, now for the water test. We'll show you how stable this thing is and how easy it is to paddle. 65 pounds is not too bad on the weight. Easy to handle, easy to maneuver, 10 foot, nice and short. Easy to stand up in, very stable. You can cast, fish, no problem. 10 foot, 34 inches wide, nice and stable, good fishing platform. Nice job, Bass Pro.